AskReddit by nuclear diarrhea. What is the most annoying fanbase? Any fanbase if you go deep enough. Just go to one of those subs for a small Netflix show you've binged in a day. This will probably get buried, but back in 2012 to 2015 I was in the creepypasta fandom. The people in that fandom were psychotic. It was crazy. Others like the people who think that Slenderman is real. There seems to be a lot of undiagnosed mental disorder in that fanbase. The fanbase of RuPaul's Drag Race is pretty notorious for sending death threats to the hard-working talented people they are supposed to be a fan of. As a huge RPDR fan, this has always disgusted me. And it's usually over stupid shit like X beat Y in a lip sync, so now X is getting death threats from Y's fans. The fandom also has a big problem with elitism. Like, if you don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of everything to do with Drag Race and all its related content or outside the show drama, then you apparently aren't a true fan. Deleted. Yep. I am doing a rewatch and I actively avoid the fandom because it fucked me up mentally when I was younger. I am old enough to vividly remember the super Hillock Tumblr phase, and the things some of the fans, mostly the girls women, say to and about the actor's significant others make me sick. Serial killer fans. I have an interest in true crime, and serial killers fascinate me because I'm very interested in their motives and what happened that made them the way they are. But to actively call yourself a fan of someone like Bundy or Dahmer, as though you somehow admire them and what they did, that's just gross. I can only assume most of the people saying that are kids trying to sound edgy. Pop fans who take things a bit too far. I had friends who'd have fights over who is worthy to be called the wife of one of the pop idols. No, they weren't joking. I loved pop, among many other genres, but it involved meeting a few toxic people. A now former friend and her sister literally would get pissed if you liked their favorite because that idol is theirs. That's such a nasty thought process. The first person back in like 2010 to introduce me to it was so attached to one specific idol that I wasn't allowed to bias them because again, that idol was hers. So I just said a different one was my bias and I did honestly adore the dude. His violin and dancing was next level. Also, so many of them use stand so willingly. I wonder how many know where that originated from. Eminem, Ike, was the one that really got it going while rapping about this rabid obsessed fan who eventually ended up committing murder in Eminem's name and blamed him because he never got attention from his idol. Stan is not a positive title. Edit holy shit, that's a lot. As it was mentioned in replies, the song Stan is fictional. It's Eminem warning his fans. Politicians fanbase. This shouldn't even be a thing. Sonic fans are always a gamble. They can be so goddamn wholesome and nice, but then you got the fucking weirdos. I don't mean the kids who make fan characters. I personally don't know why they are hated. I find it to be wholesome seeing kids make art based of their interests. I'm talking about the people who rage over any criticism towards the games, comics, developers, etc. Sonic's Arms Air and Blue S. I'm put off by any fanbase that has a collective name. The Beehive and so forth. In almost every case it feels really forced. Football, soccer, Twitter is full of dickheads too. The further away from the team's home ground they live, the worse they get. My favorite one of these is Chris Pine fans calling themselves Pine Nuts. Gacha Life fans. Hahaha. My daughter started watching these on YouTube and I would read and act out the chat bubbles. She hates it now. Genshin Impact. Imagine harassing and threatening YouTubers, streamers and voice actors for not pronouncing a foreign name right. Gacha games already have an untasteful reputation in gaming and they double it down by doing disgusting and embarrassing things like this. didn't they label Dilik's English voice actor as the pedophile and incest lover for saying the young versions of Dilik and Kiara looked cute together in some pic? That's how I knew to stay away from the fan base. I just play the game and look out for leaks so I'd know who to save for. I like the game Undertale and its sequel, but holy shit, the community. The best thing Undertale taught me was how to enjoy a community while completely avoiding the bad side. Any influencers on social media? Edit. Fan base of video game streamers that have better ideas than the developers go straight to the top of this list for me. Edit. The people that froth over build streamers make 4 games and mention them by names like they are friends is some of the weirdest shit I've seen. PlayStation vs Xbox. iPhone vs Android. Those people. I have products from all of those lines. Am I just a whore? Any fan base that puts whatever they are fans of so high up on a pedestal that it can do no wrong and everyone who disagrees is their sworn enemy. In other words, groups within just about every fan base that exists. Yeah, pretty much. I tend to avoid fandom subs because they get this religious zealot feel. I like some D&D podcasts. If you go to their subs it's like this weird worship. And if anyone says something remotely negative it's hounded by these weird fanatics. It happens to many fandoms outside D&D. So now I avoid them. People need to take a breath and go outside. Those people who romanticize Harley Quinn and the Joker's relationship. You can kind of tell when you meet a person that this dude thinks he's the Joker, and generally the reasonable thing to do is to avoid them at all costs. Dream SMP. Change my mind. Had to scroll for too long to find this. Especially people cancelling CCs for every little thing. It's so annoying. I'm not even on Twitter but just watching the Reddit mud counter. It's bad. Selena Gomez. I love Selena. I think she's very talented and beautiful and is very real on social media and I love that. But her fan base just will not let things go. Justin Bieber has been married for 4 years and they're still actively harassing him and his wife because they wanted him to end up with Selena. No matter how many times she herself has told them she's happy for them and told her fans to stop. It's stupid and ridiculous. What do they think is going to happen? They're going to destroy a marriage and he'll end up with Selena? I mean, we know they had a toxic relationship from both of them, so why would people who claim to love her want her to end up in that relationship for the rest of her life? None of it makes sense to me and it's very annoying. Not to mention that Selena and Justin broke up well over 10 years ago. And they were both like 17/18 when they split. Why in the name of everything holy up above would you idolize what basically was a high school relationship? Some fans really just need to let it go. To be fair, almost any huge fan base will send toxic fans. And toxic fans are the loudest, by far. My Hero Academia. They're one of the anime fandoms that make me never want to talk about anime. Crypto bros are so fucking annoying, at least I don't see them around nowadays. The worst are the ones that have just a superficial knowledge of tech finance and just rattle off buzzwords they learned watching some random shill's YouTube video. Bro, you gotta get into dirty Bitcoin. It's totally gonna be the next Bitcoin killer in every way. Imo Bitcoin's gas fees are just way too high, man, and the tech is so outdated. Like, I might as well just use Western Union to send fiat or some shit, it's that bad lol. But DDC though, it's like totally decentralized. And no gas fees. DeFi is the future, bro. You really think the banks are gonna last forever? DDC is gonna become the new global currency and nobody even knows it yet. It's not even on any of the mainstream exchanges yet, and its only trading pair is with Stank Pussy Coin on this one exchange in Zanzibar. But it's totally legit. It'll be on Coinbase any day now and then it'll really moon. I'm talking 1000x gains, bro. And even better is that it just did a 78.6% fib retracement, so now is the perfect time to buy the dip. Anyway, can I borrow $5? Did everyone forget when Dream commented on a person's 45 follower account and all his fans attacked their account and then doxed them and harassed their account until they had to stay with their boyfriend who lived in a bad neighborhood, which they themselves also lived in a bad neighborhood too? Deleted. Most anime fan bases are really toxic. Watch the series and don't go looking for the fans. Those Taylor Swifties who are convinced, despite what she herself has said, that Taylor Swift is gay and releasing secret messages about it through her songs. What? As a Joyo fan, I am obligated to say Joyo fans. Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo didn't realize he had such a big fan base. ML Mers. Harry Styles people. Harry Styles fans acting like he's revolutionizing the way in which straight males can dress separated from the burdens of performative sexuality and creating a cultural moment while wearing some of the ugliest outfits ever conceived. Dallas Cowboys. And if there's a big logo on their back window, the probability that they can't drive, can't park and or will get road rage has increased 300% plus. It isn't everyone, just 3x average. Add truck nuts and that probability goes to 100%. My Hero Academia. Critical Role. I cannot stand most of the fanbase. I once dared to make a comment that they were acting out of character and especially Murder Hobo Y in an episode of C2. You could tell even Sam was trying to calm people down. I've never been back to the sub. When Matt Mercer comes out and comments about how toxic the fan base is, there just might be something to it.